Hey guys, Matt from Take5, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Anker Soundcore Life P2 true wireless earphones. So guys, let's get into this. For just £45 or $60, they're definitely on the cheaper side of wireless earphones. They do have some impressive specs though. So they have an IPX7 waterproof rating, so whether you does a run in the rain or whatever you want to do, they should be alright. They also have two microphones on each one, which we'll test later. That means they have noise cancelling for the microphone while you're on the phone. And a big spec for the Soundcore Life P2s is their impressive battery life. So with the case, they supposedly have 40 hours of battery life, which compared to something like the AirPods at 24 hours battery life, which are over 3 times the price, that is quite impressive. I can't obviously verify exactly 40 hours, but I've very rarely had to charge them. And the earphones themselves, I've never had them even get to low battery. They supposedly can do 7 hours of constant usage without being charged in the case, which is very impressive, and once again more than things such as the Galaxy Buds and the AirPods. They also charge with USB Type-C, which is much appreciated. It's quick charging in my experience. On the website, supposedly 10 minutes of charging can get you 1 hour of listening time, which is great. The case itself isn't too big. It fits comfortably into pockets and it's not too heavy either, especially considering the battery is quite light. The headphones clip nicely into place with these little magnets and charge on the charging pins. It can be a bit fiddly opening the case and especially getting the headphones out, particularly with one hand, but overall it's not too bad. It's an alright little case and it does the job. I've dropped it a few times. It protects the headphones quite well. It does collect marks and whatnot, but who really cares? It's the case. It does its job. Comfort wise, they fit quite nicely into my ear. There's 5 included sizes of the rubber earbuds, so they should fit nicely. Most people should be able to fit them in. However, they do tend to stick out a lot in my opinion. It can be a pain in the arse to get them right. Like, they just tend to look different and non-symmetrical, so that is something to consider. But once you've got them in, you've got them right. They do stay in fairly well. They're nice and light, so it's quite easy to forget you even have them in. They're not recommended for sport. They're not advertised as sport earphones, so I didn't expect too much going into that. However, they do tend to shake loose quite easy, so a bit of light exercise you'll be alright. You might have to readjust them, but for anything too intense, you should maybe look into something dedicated for doing sport. To control the headphones, you have a single button on each earphone. It is quite nice to use. It works quite well. I would prefer touch controls, but for the price point, it is understandable that that's missing. That does mean, however, you can't control the volume while they're in your ears, which it would be a nice addition, but in my experience, actually, I find once you find the right volume level, I tend to stick with it, and if I do need to change it, it's not that hard to reach into your pocket and just get your phone to change the volume level, so I've not really been too bothered by that. A single press lets you play or pause or actually answer the phone, while a double press lets you skip. That works quite well. It doesn't activate Google Assistant half the time against my will, so I've been quite pleased with the button control. You do have to kind of hold the stalk while you press the buttons. You don't just shove the earphone into your ear and hurt yourself, but compared to some of the earphones that don't have a stalk but still use just standard buttons, it is appreciated that you can actually just hold it and just save your ear or not have to take it out to control them, because that kind of defeats the purpose of having on-earphone controls. For the price, the sound quality is impressive. I mean, I'm an average user, so expertly tuned graphene drivers didn't mean a whole lot to me, but I've had a great listening experience. They've sounded quite good. They've got quite a punchy bass, which, while not for everyone, I quite enjoyed. They use Bluetooth 5.0, so the connection is very reliable. It's got quite a good range too. I've never had any stuttering issues while I've been just listening normally. Obviously, you go quite far away, you do start to notice a bit of stuttering because of the range, but it has been good enough to walk around through different rooms without having to take my phone with me. If you do want to use these headphones with multiple devices at once, such as a laptop or a phone, it can be a bit of a pain in the arse to disconnect from the old one to connect to the new one, since it automatically connects to the most recent device when you take them out of the case. But to be honest, that's not a big deal, and for most people they're just going to be like me and use them with their phone anyway, so it's not a deal breaker. Each earphone has 2 microphones, one of which is to cancel out background noise while you're on the phone, to supposedly give you crystal clear audio on the phone. This is a recording of me talking on the Soundcore Life P2s. And here is a recording of me using the mic built into the phone. So you can form your own opinion on which is better or whether it's worth it. Overall, I'd say they're just a good enough experience for picking up the odd phone call. I wasn't blown away, it's nothing exceptional. The mic quality isn't amazing, but it's also perfectly adequate and there's nothing wrong with it. Overall, personally, I think the Anker Soundcore Life P2s are a great deal. In my opinion, they hold their own against some of the more premium headphones in this category, and for such a low price, I don't really think you can go wrong. So if you'd like to get yourself a pair, there's links in the description. Make sure you check out our website for a written review of these and other products. Maybe you'll find something you like. Check out our social media, Twitter and Instagram. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment telling us what we can do better. I know I've got a lot to learn, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.